So just take up a standing posture, feet at shoulder width and knees gently bent. So Wednesday morning class always has the same format. It starts with just about 10 minutes worth of exercise. And so if you're watching the video, you just shoot forwards to the meditation bit if you don't want to do the exercises. But the exercises are very basic, very simple. And so we stand with our feet at shoulder width, knees gently bent, back nice and straight. And we're just going to turn from the belly. So finding this kind of place deep inside the belly, deep inside the core of the body. And we gently turn from side to side. So you can just stretch slowly on one side, stretch slowly on the other side, see how your spine feels. And if your spine feels okay, then we can go to the exercise a little bit more vigor. So if you've been a regular to these classes, then we've worked a lot with Dr. Pang's 5 organ sounds. But all of these things come from older roots, shall we say. There's a story that says that Dr. Pang trained with 18 or 19 different Qigong grandmasters. And so he eventually synthesized 𝐸𝐴𝐸 Qigong from his work with all of these grandmasters. And the idea was that, I mean, I've kind of pieced together a story that makes sense to me, which was the thing that I first studied, which was called medical Qigong, was developed in the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, when the Communist Party started gathering together as many exercises as they could to create a barefoot medicine that was free and cheap, basically. And so they then demanded that all of the masters give up their secrets, which obviously had been hidden for thousands of years and only passed on very, through transmission to, 1 or 2 other students, as it were. And so I'm not altogether sure how much, and medical Qigong is also interesting because an awful lot of it is about body and mind. None of it, or virtually none of it, is about spirit. And so the Communist Party wanted to be the top of the tree, obviously. They don't really want God above them. You have to believe in the Communist Party instead. And so there's this kind of odd feeling that medical Qigong has got something that's missing, something that's just not quite there, this little intangible. And so, I mean, if you have your own spiritual beliefs, you just apply those anyway, so it's fine. But in China, that's not encouraged. So as a functional system, medical Qigong is amazing, but as a sort of a holistic system, it's not it's not full enough, I suppose. And so, yes, so this is the idea that Dr. Pang was actually trained directly by these people. So he had these apparently 18 or 19 different grandmasters. And there's an odd story about Dr. Pang was that when he was a young man, he was a Tai Chi gold medalist, he was a Kung Fu champion, he was all of the sort of martial artists. He studied from a very young age. And then all the way through, he would have known about Qigong and its balance. So for instance, if you go to the Shaolin Temple, they practice Shaolin Qigong, which is a counterbalance to Shaolin Kung Fu, the yin and yang, the 2 sides to everything. And so he would have known about, all of the different Qigong styles. And so he then studied Western medicine and became a proper GP. And then he studied Eastern medicine and became a Chinese medicine doctor, herbalist and so forth, acupuncturist. And whilst he was doing that, his fame was kind of starting to grow. And so there were Qigong masters who were actually coming to him to share their secrets. And that is almost unheard of. You have to go and climb mountains and search caves to eventually find, your master, as it were. and then brush the steps for 3 years before he recognizes you. But Dr. Pang actually had these people coming to him to offer him their guidance. So it's a very unique situation. And so that's why Zhejiang Qigong really feels like the pinnacle of Qigong to me. You know, maybe other people have different opinions, but it's the most recent system, I think. So yeah, we have this interesting story of Dr. Pang and this kind of interesting idea that Zhejiang Qigong might just be the sort of the tip of it all. But what I was referring to is the fact that beneath all of these teachings are the root teachings that have been in Taoism for 3,000 to 5,000 years. And all of these roots have led to, these masters have led to Dr. Pang. So we see the sort of the scaffolding of it. And what we're going to do today is we're going to work with the 6 sacred sounds. And they are essentially the almost common through all Qigong schools. I say almost common because every single school has slight little variations. They're just a tiny bit different. But yeah, this one, the 6 sacred sounds are kind of like a blended commonality, I suppose. So we're going to use those basic sounds today. Okay, with this exercise, let's slow it down a little bit. And we're going to stretch a bit further. So look back over your shoulder. So always thinking about your body, seeing what your body can manage. If this feels too extreme, you know, just moderate it so you don't have to go all the way. If you feel uncomfortable, you can always stop. So now the nature of this exercise is that we're looking back over our shoulders. Try to keep your, hold on a moment. Try to keep this kind of posture. But if you find that what you've got wrong is, or sorry, if you find that what you've done is that you've actually lost your place or you've actually become a bit dizzy, then next thing to do is to hold tight to your toes, is to really squeeze your toes against the ground. Really feel that you can contact through the soles of your feet. So what tends to happen is that when we start to think about turning our neck in this way, excuse me, when we start to think about turning our neck in this way, we start to inhabit our head. And when we're in our head, lots of qi moves upwards. And when the qi moves upwards, that tends to make us dizzy. So try and keep your mind in your belly. If you feel lightheaded, try and squeeze your feet against the ground and really, really connect with the ground. Okay, good. So if you find yourself a bit wobbly, if you find yourself a bit out of place, those are the first things to do. Think about your belly, get your mind behind the belly button, and that helps move qi down. And then really grip the ground with your toes, squeeze your big toes against the ground, squeeze each toe in turn against the ground, experience your foot. Okay, so this is part of our healing story, 𝐸𝐴, Qi-Dao. Okay, so let's just let the whole thing slow, 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 and gently come to a stop. So if you did end up feeling a bit dizzy, we've got this next idea. Lift qi up and pour qi down. That is also about moving qi out of the head, drawing ourselves back into the belly, drawing all the energy back to lower dantian. And then we just release the hands and kind of connect down to the ground. Lift qi up and pour qi down. Lift up and pour down. So my voice is a little bit rough today, so I'm just going to sip on my tea while we work. Okay, so the next aspect of this is to do some simple forward and back bends. We can raise our hands up in exactly the same way we've done, stretch up into the blue sky, and then we just bend over the arms and the ears. So the arms and the ears aren't squeezed together. The arms and ears nice and wide, and then tip over upper part of the neck, upper part of the back, middle back, and then lower back. And then let the body hang and relax down.
Okay, so when we're in this lovely hanging, relaxing posture, we try and release the back of the neck as much as possible. So the neck just hangs down. Arms and shoulders are relaxed, hanging down to your toes. So imagine splitting the foot into 4 pieces. The first little stretch takes us in line with our toes. And then we release that bend. The second little stretch is in line with our roots of the toes. And then release. The next stretch is in line with our insteps. So as you can see, we gradually get deeper each stretch and release. And the next stretch is in line with the heels. So just go back as deeply as we wish and then release and relax and let the body hang. Lift the tailbone up behind, push the tailbone towards the front, slowly roll the spine up, try and bring up the arms and ears together as one piece. Gently draw up, stretch up. So we're just going to do some simple back bends. Knees and hips drift forward, you can lean back and up. Gently back, stretch up. Gently back, stretch up. Once more, back. Hands up in the blue sky, nice long stretch. So again, we take the arms and ears only. So we're just bending the neck at this point. Arms and ears coordinated. And then start into the upper back, start into the middle back, gently start into the lower back. Just let the body hang and relax down. Nice and easy. Soft back of the neck. Extending gently toward the toes. And release. In line with the roots of our toes. And release. In line with our insteps. And release. Back towards our heel. Okay, body hangs and relaxes. Lift the tailbone up behind, push the tailbone to the front, roll the spine up and bring up the head, the arms, the ears, and gently stretch up, gently stretch up, gently stretch up, gently stretch up. Knees and hips drift forwards, you can softly lean back. Up and gently back. Up, gently back. Stretch up and gently back. Okay, so let's try and do the next 2 sets with the legs straight if we can. So nice straight legs. Arms and ears, they're just coordinated. So we just move the top of the neck by bringing the arms over and down. That just bends the nape of the neck. Then we move to the upper back. Then we move to the middle back. Then we go to the lower back. Body just hangs and relaxes in this posture. Back of the neck is soft and relaxed in this posture. Nice and easy. Sink down towards your toes. And release. In line with the roots of your toes. And release. Towards your insteps. And release. Back towards your heels. Great. Body hangs and relaxes. Lift the tailbone to point up behind. You feel your legs just stretch a little bit more, and then swing the tailbone towards the front of the body. Start to bring up the spine, vertebra by vertebra by vertebra, and eventually bring up the arms and ears together. Slowly stretch up, slowly stretch up, slowly stretch up. Blue sky, G. And then knees and hips drift forward. You softly lean back and up, back, stretch up, back, stretch up, back. Good. Hands up in the blue sky. Arms and ears tip over. Legs stay straight. Upper back, middle back, lower back. These nice straight legs. Let the head hang down. And when the body is down in this posture here, we really just shift the weight a tiny bit forward to our toes. And you can really feel the hamstring stretching up the back of the leg. Okay, so tip down towards your toes and release in line with the roots of your toes. And release in line with your insteps. And release in line with your heels. Good. Let the body hang and relax for a moment. Lift the tailbone up behind. Push tailbone to the front. Roll the spine up. Head, arms, and ears gently come up. Slowly stretch up. Up, up. Blue sky chi. Knees and hips drift forward. You lean back and up. Back. Stretch up. Back. Stretch up. Back. Hands up in the blue sky. Just draw the hands over the crown of the head. Sometimes when we've been inverted like this, our chi goes to our heads again. So we can just let the hands gently down. As the hands come down, the chi kind of moves its level down in the body as well. And then we can do our pulling down exercise, which just gives us this extra chance to settle and relax. Okay. Lowering gently down, drawing gently down, sinking this chi deep inside. Okay, so let's finish this off with just some simple side bends. So first of all, we rotate our spine, then we bend it forwards and backwards. Now we bend it left and right to finish off with. So take the right hand up in the air and breathe in. As we breathe out, just head across to your left hand side. Take a gentle breath in, stretch towards the left. Take a gentle breath in, stretching left, breathing in, stretching left, breathing in, stretch left. Take a breath in, lift your right hand up. Exhale, swap hands over. Take a breath in, lift up. Exhale to the right. Gentle breath in. Stretch right. Breathing in. Stretch right. Breathing in. Stretch right. Once more. Stretch right. Lovely. Breathe and lift the left hand up. Exhale, swap the hands over. Breathe and lift the right hand up. Then we gently drift across to the left. Gentle breath in. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. One more. And exhale. Okay, breath in, lift up. Swap over. Breath in, lift up. Head across. Gentle breath in. Going right. Gentle breath in. Exhale right. Breathing in. And exhale. Last time, breathing in. And exhale. Great, very good. So just draw both hands up into the blue sky. Nice big breath in. We let the hands down as we breathe out. Sink, settle, relax. Let's gather chi. Pull. Draw. Move the chi deep into your belly. Lift and gather. Gently pull. Lovely. Okay. Lift and gather. Gently pull. Draw the chi down. If you feel stable and balanced, we can just bring our hands to our belly. If you don't feel stable and balanced, just keep doing this exercise and catch me up when you're ready. If you feel wobbly, think about your toes, think about your feet, think about connecting to the earth. If you want to sit down, if you want to lie down,
Just do whatever you need to do to make this class your own. So we're going to go through our standing section, which is about 45 minutes. And so if you need to sit down, there's still no problem with that. But what I tend to suggest is you put kind of like a dining room chair behind you so that you can stand as long as you can stand, and then you sit, you know. But if you need to sit the whole way, that's also no problem. These classes are designed just to allow you to sort them out in whatever way suits you best, I think. And a lot of this sound work can be done sitting, lying down. So we have our hands on lower dantian. We have our energy focusing deep into lower dantian. In this posture here, Dr. Pang has a great poem that's been set to music called The 8 Phrases. And I'll talk you through I'll translate them for you in a moment. What I'm going to do is actually sing them first. So the 8 phrases go like this. To Tian Di Shin Song Yi Chang Wai Ji Ne Ji Shin Chong Ma Gong Yin Bo Chi Shen Ju Tai Kung Shen Yi Jiao Ji Jiu Shen Rong Rong Jiu Shen Rong Rong Jiu Shen Rong Rong. Feet connect deep into the earth, beyond, out into the blue sky, beyond, out into the universe. Head connects up into the blue sky, up into the heavens, beyond, out into the universe. But also the implication is forwards and backwards, left and right, 6 directions, 1,000 directions, allowing your body to dissolve out into the chi field. Connecting with nature chi, connecting with blue sky chi, connecting with the universe chi. When we connect out in this way, it lets our body relax, lets our mind gently go quiet. We take up this humble stance to bring about inner peace. No difference between the inside and the outside as we merge with chi. We quieten our mind. We take the logical side of the brain offline. Now we're just left with this nature connection. Quiet mind, body dissolving into the chi field. The chi field contains healing information. The chi field contains healing chi. So now we draw that back into our body. Imagine that you can fill every cell in your body with this healing chi. Deep to your DNA, deep to your atoms, deep to the molecules of your body. Your body fills with chi. Every aspect filled with chi. So we have this easy ability to open out into the chi field, and this easy ability to absorb all this healing chi into our body. But also at another level, we connect. We connect as a chi family. I connect with you, you connect with me. We become this chi family in our class. And then our chi family connects to all the other classes across the globe. millions of people doing Shneng Qigong, connecting into the same energetic space as you, sharing their healing information as you do as well. You bring 99% of your body in perfect working order to the chi field. Perhaps there's one little thing you're working on, but that one little thing, there are millions of people who have that perfectly working in their bodies. So your body can learn from the chi field, can gather this healing information, absorb the information you need to bring about complete healing for you, whilst you offer this to other people, our vast chi family. You're never alone in your Shneng Qigong. All of the people in the chi field, all of the teachers, Dr. Pang may be living in Beijing, but he's still in the chi field all the time, created by him. So we have this constant library of fantastic healing information and energy available to you. So feel this deep chi connection. And it's in this wonderful chi space that we begin our class. So everything in our universe is vibration. Everything in our universe is vibration. And this is why we make our sacred sounds, because we are able to vibrate the whole of the body. So the first thing we note is that when we breathe in through our nose. But just shift the weight a tiny bit forward onto your toes. Take a gentle breath in through your nose. Shift the weight softly back to your heels and breathe gently out through your mouth. Softly shift the weight forward to the toes and breathe in. Back. And breathe out through your mouth. When we put our weight forward to our toes and breathe in, this is called the fire path. When we breathe out through our mouth with the weight on the heels, this is the water path. So we're getting a perfect balance of fire and water in our body. Breathe in on the toes. Back on the heels. Gentle, easy breathing. So this is the principle behind it. When we work through our sacred sounds, we'll move our weight to the toes and breathe in through the nose. And as we breathe out, we make our sounds through the mouth, obviously. There's another aspect to this. If you've ever studied yoga, it's called Mula Bandha. Mula Bandha is the anal lock. In Qigong, we talk about the acupuncture point that's just in front of your anal sphincter. It's called Hui Yin. And we imagine lifting Hui Yin gently upwards and a whole central column up to Bai Hui on top of the head. So lift Hui Yin, lift Bai Hui. The central pool of energy, the central thread of energy moves up through the body. So when we take this slight shift forward to the toes, breathe in through the nose, and gently tighten between the legs. Lifting Hui Yin up. Shift back to your heels, activating the water path. Breathe out through your nose and just relax Hui Yin down. Breathe and lift up. Back onto your heels. This forward moment, you can almost grip the ground with your toes as you breathe in. Lifting Hui Yin between your legs. As you shift the weight back, you relax your toes, you relax Hui Yin down, breathe out through your mouth. Relax everything on your heels, relax down Hui Yin. Relax back on your heels. And then gentle breathing. So each organ has a specific sound. Each organ relates to a season of the year. And then, first of all, we have the question, well, hang on a minute. 6 sounds, not 6 seasons. 5 sounds, not even 5 seasons. In Chinese medicine, there are 5 seasons. There's this extra one that's called late summer, which we're going through right at the moment. And it comes from basically the beginning of August to sometime in the middle of September. And it's just the build up to autumn arriving. It's the harvest season. And so we're going through that at the moment. And the harvest color is yellow, hence my canary outfit today, really pushing the story of late summer. So we have 5 seasons, but that doesn't explain 6 sounds. The 6th sound in this set is about bringing everything together. It's a kind of a harmonizer for everything. So we have 5 organs, 5 seasons, 5 sounds, and then this kind of like harmonious idea of bringing it all together. So because we are now in the end of August, we're going to turn the whole set round so that we start with the late summer, and then we continue around the calendar from there. So we go from late summer to autumn into winter, back to spring, back to summer. So we can emphasize this part of the year because this is the part of the year when the body is working at its hardest. And so, the body is working at its hardest on your spleen and pancreas, which relate to this season. So spleen sits just under your ribs on the left-hand side. Pancreas, slightly bigger organ than the spleen, actually. This whole sort of band of fat is across the stomach is called the omertum, sometimes known as an apron of fat. And that is also part of it. But clearly, sorry, not clearly, but also connected to the spleen and pancreas are the stomach. And so we have this idea of this kind of almost the entire digestive system is part of this story. It's not quite true, but just feeling this idea that at this time of year, we're working on the bulk of our digestive system, let us say. Stomach, spleen, pancreas. It's all about harvesting qi into your body. We harvest this qi at this time of year to build ourselves this beautiful, big foundation. And so we stockpile up to 50, 60, 70% our qi. And then every day we do our qigong and we build it up. And every day we spend it. But we have this massive reserve waiting that we've built up during late summer. And so let's build up some qi today with our spleen sound. So our spleen sound is who. It's like the English who. It's a slightly breathy WH. Ooh. So you say that. Ooh. So I've never really been quite sure whether we're actually singing to our spleen pancreas. Is the vibration going ooh, deep inside and affecting it in that way? Or is it actually our spleen and pancreas ooh, expressing themselves out of the body? And I'm not sure that that actually matters. I think that maybe if you are excess energy, then you can release it. And if you require spleen chi, then it gathers. So you don't really need to know why, what, or where for that. Yeah, okay. So our spleen sound, we can just bring our hands together interlaced and bring our hands up and push the palms up. This will be familiar to some of you guys who've worked in body mind. So we just have our palms facing, interlaced and up above the head. And we just bend the body gently off to the left-hand side. So as you bend left, you've squeezed your spleen. You've pushed and put some kind of like, just compression on the spleen. And then we're going to breathe in with the weight a little bit forward, lift Hoi Yin. And then we're going to say, ooh, as we shift the weight softly to the back and relax Hoi Yin. Okay, so entwine your fingers, push the palms forward and up, take them up above the head, and just gently lean off to your left-hand side. Feel that little compression under the ribs. On your toes, take a gentle breath in through the nose, tighten Hoi Yin between your legs. Shift the weight softly back to the heels, relax, and we say, ooh. Weight softly in the toes, knees are gently bent. Breathe in through the nose as you lift 𝐸𝐸. Back to the heels, soften 𝐸𝐸. Ooh. Gently forward to the toes. Lift 𝐸𝐸, breathe in. Ooh. I would just say, if the shoulder posture is too much, you could have your hands down and bend the body to the left as well. But if we're looking for the maximum, I hate to use the phrase bang for our buck. If you're looking for the maximum bang for the buck, the hands are above the head. We're just squeezing gently into the left. Weight slightly forward as you breathe in through the nose. 𝐸𝐸 lifts up. Gently weight to the back. Relax 𝐸𝐸. Ooh. Feel the spleen vibrating on your left-hand side. Weight goes forward. Lift 𝐸𝐸. Breathe in. Back and relax out. Ooh. Just going to do 2 more. Weight forward. Gently breathe. Softly backwards. Ooh. Last time, weight forwards, breathe in. Weight backwards, breathe out. Ooh. Stretch up. Release the hands, draw the hands gently down. Draw the hands onto the belly. Nice, easy, relaxed breathing. Soft, easy, relaxed breathing. I want to just gently massage into the left-hand side. We could just gently massage the spleen, the omertum, pancreas, just gently working in this area. Okay, very good. Let the hands down. So part of the digestive system dealing with spleen is the gathering of sweetness into the body. And so the taste of spleen is sweet. And if you're someone who's got a sweet tooth, then you might think this is slightly out of balance. This is something to work with. It's been a lifelong issue for me. Okay, so we moved from our late summer period into autumn. It feels a little bit autumnal, not as bad as it was yesterday. And for us, I'm in Portugal. And so there's this gentle kind of flow of the season coming in, and then it goes out again, and we move back and think, oh, what was that? You know, it was just a momentary change. And then it comes back in again a few days later, and it goes out. It's like a gentle tide. And then one day you realize the season has gained enough strength to stay. And so we're getting little fingers of autumn arriving here in Portugal in preparation for the full arrival. It's like an emissary arriving, an emissary of autumn. And then eventually autumn as the emperor will turn up. Okay, so we're going to work with our lungs next. So the posture for the lungs is just lifting the arms up the side and then drawing it so the middle fingers are pointing into the center of your ears. Okay, again, If you don't want to do that, you can just have your hands relaxed down by your sides. Perhaps you can point the middle fingers towards each other at lap height, but it is an activation of the shoulders, an activation of the channels which the lungs are connected to. So this is the posture. Again, it's the usual story, feet forwards into the toes, breathing in through the nose, lifting Hoi Yin, and then going back to the heels and relaxing everything down as we make the sound. Okay, so just gently relax your hands down. So the autumn color is white. We can imagine our lungs filling with this beautiful white light. And as we breathe out, we can let go of a gray cloud of pollution. Well, it used to be much easier when I taught this to say, imagine a flow of smoke pouring out of your lungs, because, 20 years ago, everybody was smoking. Now, perhaps it's imagine a cloud of vape coming out of your lungs. But it's not only that, it's also the pollution of traffic. But it's not only that, it's the heavy, heavy emotions that our lungs hold. So our lungs hold the emotions of sadness, sorrow, grief, guilt, shame. So we can just imagine this gray cloud coming out as we say the tone, which is hissing through your teeth like a snake. And as you do that, the little alveoli on the end of your lungs, on the brachia, just vibrate furiously. So it helps to release everything inside your lungs. Okay, so we have all of these techniques. You can see there's layer upon layer piled on top. So if you're forgetting to move forward to your toes and then back to your heels, don't panic. I'll just keep on reminding you. If you're forgetting to lift Hoi Yin and relax Hoi Yin, again, don't panic. Everything is good. And we'll just do as much as we can remember, obviously. So yeah, what happens is that over a period of time, it just becomes embedded. And so we'll do this for another week, I think, probably, or maybe 2 weeks, let's see. And then we'll get the, and I would just like to say that if one sound feels difficult for you to make, so say you're saying what did we just do? Ooh, and you say, ooh, and then your voice kind of gets a bit thin or it gets a bit shaky and disappears quickly, then you might diagnose from that the fact that there's an issue with the spleen. And so you might think to yourself, spleen energy seems low. Let me try and do quite a bit. So you might wander around at lunchtime going, just give yourself some extra tones during your day. So when you come to the end of this set, you can think to yourself, which of those tones did I not feel most comfortable with? And that's a sort of an instant self-diagnosis just to think, right, okay, the heart tone, I could work a little bit more with the heart tone. Or, you could think to yourself, I didn't feel comfortable with any of them, so I might just do Jeremy's set again. Thank heavens it's on YouTube. So you're able to watch the whole thing from the beginning. Hissing for the lungs. Okay, so here we go. Let's just bring the hands gently up. Take a breath in. The middle fingers are going to point into the center of the ears and relax. Okay, so we begin. Shift the weight gently forward to the toes. Breathe in through your nose. Lift Hoi Yin up. Relax Hoi Yin as we shift back to the heels and hiss. Like a deflating lilo. Gently shift the weight forwards, lift up, breathe in. Gently back. Gently forwards, lift up, breathe in. Back to the heels. Think about relieving the body of those emotions, letting go of the toxins. Forward and breathe in. backwards and relax the heels. Forwards and breathe in. Backwards and relax. Forwards, breathe deep. Backwards. Once more. Gently forwards, breathe in. Gently backwards. Breathe in. Lift the hands up. Breathe out. Flow the hands down. Put the hands on the belly for a moment. Gentle, easy breathing. So we move from autumn into winter to our kidneys. Kidneys sit around the back, underneath the lungs, sorry, underneath the ribs. I was just thinking you could just in the meantime, gently rub your lungs, just gently above the chest, moving, say, the fingertips or the knuckles and just massaging into the lung area while we let that settle. So kidneys, they've got a strange sound. Chewy. Chew, C-H-E-W. Chew. So chewy, so you pronounce, it's a very sort of plosive chew. You hit that, chew, like a sneeze. And you know what happens when you sneeze? Your whole diaphragm jumps. And so when we say chew, we actually jump the diaphragm on the back of the body, chew, and it actually bounces the kidneys upwards. So the kidneys really like being activated by that. They enjoy the chew hit. And then the E is a perfect vibration to vibrate the function of the kidneys very, very deeply. Chewy. Okay, so the kidneys sit in a little sort of triangle with the Ming Men gate. So we have the base of each kidney just at the ribs here, and the Ming Men gate sits down below. So there's this triangle on the lower back. This is Ming Men, which sits opposite your belly button. It's a really key point, and it's very, very key. This little triumvirate of two kidneys become one organ, and they become three with our Ming Men gate. Can't make a triangle. Ah, that's better. So we have the two kidneys joining with the triangle. Okay, so Ming Men is going to be used here. We're going to push Ming Men. So the stance changes a bit. You bring your feet together and we rest the palms gently on top of the kneecaps. So the center of your palm can mirror the kneecap itself. What I want to stress here is that we haven't put the whole weight of the upper body on top of the kneecap in a kind of like to rest ourselves. What we've done is we've bent Ming Men out, pushed Ming Men backwards. And when you push Ming Men backwards and lower the upper body, the hands can rest very, very softly over the kneecaps. We haven't just shrugged our shoulders down and put all the weight on top of our knees. We've bent and pushed Ming Men backwards as much as we can. So rounding the lower back to exaggerate the push on Ming Men, and the hands rest softly on the knees. The sound we're going to make is chewy. So take a gentle breath in here. Have the weight softly forward to your toes. Lift Hoi Yin. Gently allow the weight to go back to the heels and strike Chu. Chu. Softly move the weight forward to your toes. Lift Hoi Yin. Breathe in through the nose. Weight gently back to the heels. Relax Hoi Yin. And Chu.
Gently forwards. Breathe in. Gently backwards. Relax. And chew. Keep the back rounded. Keep the weight gently on the kneecaps. Softly forward to your toes. Lift high in. Breathe in through your nose. Back to your heels. Chew. Softly forward to the toes. Breathe in through the nose. Lift high in. Back to the heels. Relax high in. Chew. See if you can feel that E vibrating in your kidneys. One more time. Forward to the toes. Lift and breathe in. Shift the weight gently to the back. Chew. Gently easy breathing in this posture. Bring your head up very slowly. Don't rush. Take your time. You might just bring your hands to your kidneys and softly massage them. You can massage them with the back of the hands as well. You can vibrate them with the back of the hands. Okay. Now it's time for the liver. Springtime. We'll be looking forward to that. Let the hands relax down. So we bring ourselves back into the wide stance once more. So the liver is the matching pair to the spleen. They're kind of almost like family. And so we do this intertwining of fingers, push the hands down, take the hands up above the head, and this time the compression comes to the right. So we move over to the right hand side. You're just gently squeezing the ribs down upon the liver. Okay, so nothing else changes apart from the sound. That is shoe, like the shoe on your foot. S-H-U-U-U-U-U-U-U. Carry on with it. So again, it's shoo, and then we're hoping this vibration vibrates in the liver. Okay, so just relax your hands down. Let's shift the weight softly forwards to the tips of the toes. And then, of course, we're going to breathe into that posture. But let's just first intertwine our fingers. Push the palms to face down. Push the palms to face forwards. Take the palms up above the crown of the head if possible. Incline the body towards the right so we can feel that squeeze. The weight is softly in the toes. We lift high in and we breathe through our nose. Shoo. Shoo. Weight is gently backwards. Hoyin is relaxed. And then we move the weight gently forwards and softly lift Hoyin. Breathe in. Weight is gently backwards. Relax Hoyin. Shoo. You need to bring your hands down and have them just keep this right inclination. Breathe in. Shifting the weight gently backwards. Shoo. Just two more in this posture. Weight slightly forwards, lift in, breathe in. Weight is back, breathe out. Shoo.
One more time. Weight shift forward, lift up, breathe in. Weight gently back, relax down. Straighten the body up, stretch up. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, drift the hands down. Do you want to softly massage your liver for a few moments? Easy breathing. So the heart sound is ha. And in English, it's actually written H-A. So it starts the word heart, H-E-A-R-T. It's not quite right, is it? Okay, so ha, we're using that deep resonance. Ha. So of course your heart sits in the center of the chest, but actually we're connecting with Bai Hui on top of the head. Okay, so do we connect? I think actually, sorry, we're not connecting so much with Bai Hui. We're connecting the middle fingers, but they sit above Bai Hui. So your middle fingers, they don't actually have to touch, but they're just very, very close to each other. And then both of those just hover above Hui Yin, about 2 or 3 centimeters. So again, in this idea here, we've lifted the arms up. We've activated the heart channels that run in the arm. So again, you can also do a circular version of this down here if you wish, but better if you can lift up, just have the middle fingers almost touching, and they just sit just above Bai Hui on top of the head. But we know that, of course, Hui Yin and Bai Hui are absolutely connected through the central channel. So when you lift up Hui Yin, you're lifting up Bai Hui, and you're kind of connecting to your fingers anyway. And then when you relax, the energy moves back down in the center of the body. So ha for the heart, thinking about the heart vibrating deep inside, thinking about love and hate, emotions in that kind of spectrum being loosened and relaxed. So sometimes we put a door across our heart to stop us actually loving. So we're just going to vibrate the locks and open the door on your heart. Allow yourself to be in this beautiful open state. Okay, so as per usual, feet forward, breathing in through the nose, lifting Hui Yin between the legs. So let's breathe in and lift the hands up. Settle them above Bai Hui and gently breathe out. Okay, so move forwards, weight in the toes, lift Hui Yin, breathe in through the nose. Weight goes back to the heel, Hui Yin relaxes. Weight softly forward to the toes, lift Hui Yin, breathe in. Back to the heels. Softly forward, breathe in. Softly backwards. Gently forwards, lift up. Gently backwards. Forwards, breathe in. Backwards. Softly forwards, breathe in. Softly backwards. Last time, Gently forwards. Breathing in. Gently backwards. Ah. Breathe in, lift the hands up. Breathe out, move the hands gently down. Gather the hands onto the heart. You just massage gently on the heart. Nice, easy breathing. Let the hands relax down by your sides. Just take a soft, gentle stance. And we finish off with the sixth tone, which is the tone that brings it all together. It's actually very specifically, if you know your Chinese medicine, the tone of the triple burners. So it's everything in this area comes together as one, and the sort of torso comes together as one. And the tone is shi. So high or low, shi, 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 wherever you fancy going, it's up to you. Take a breath in, relax your whole body. We can still use this ploy of moving the feet gently forwards, lifting Hoi Yin, breathing through the nose. Gently softening back to the heels, relaxing Hoi Yin. Breathe in. And out. Gently breathe in. Out. Twice more for this tone. Gently breathe in. Relax Shi out. Last time. Gently breathe in. Relax Shi out. Soft, easy breathing. Whole body is relaxed. Let's gather some Qi, lift Qi up. Gently pour Qi down. Your body's in perfect harmony. Organs in perfect balance. Everything working well. Everything flowing well. Enjoy the sense of peace that these vibrations have brought to you. Just feel the softness in your Qi. Feel the softness in your Qi body. Whole body is vibrated and relaxed. The organs may have been holding tension, and now they're soft and vibrating. Blood and Qi flowing well. Total harmony in your organs. Blood and Qi flowing well. Your organs are healthy. Let's gather the hands back to the belly once more. Lift Qi up. Pour Qi down through the body. Bring the hands onto the belly. Just holding Qi there. Lower Dantian Qi is abundant. Blood and Qi flow well through your body. Your body is healthy. Do you hear that? Your body is healthy. Receive that information. Your body is healthy. Receive that information and believe it. Everything is shifting and changing. Nothing ever remains the same. Nothing ever need be your story. Let your story go now and feel the ability of your body to change and heal. Feel the ability of this vibration to change, loosen, and heal things in your body. So we stand with our hands on lower dantian, the qi deep inside, this big ball of energy. Imagine you can distribute it around your body. Imagine you can flow it up your spine and fill your brain with qi. Feel your brain and your sensory organs are strong, powerful, working well, filled with qi. Whole of your spine filled with qi. Your ribs like a qi hug, the upper part of your torso filled with qi, the middle part, the lower part. These are the triple burners, filled with qi. Your hips and your pelvis down to your tailbone, filled with qi, the whole length of the spine, down into the hips, down into the pelvis, your hip joints filled with qi, down into your thighs, down into your knees filled with qi, down into your calves, your ankles, your Achilles filled with qi, the feet filled with qi, the tips of your toes, the soles of your feet, the whole back surface of your body, the skin over the top of the head, down the front of the body, down your arms. Imagine your skin in perfect working order, your skin perfect. Your 𝐬𝐞𝐥𝐿 layer, this beautiful 5 or 10 centimeters of energy around your skin, this powerful, strong field of energy. It protects you. Energy coming your way is just deflected by your 𝐬𝐞𝐥𝐿 layer. Energy that you don't need is just bounces off the outside of your incredible, powerful 𝐬𝐞𝐥𝐿 layer. See yourself as a being of light encased in this wonderful field of energy, this strong, powerful field protecting you. And then think about your qi body, a meter above, a meter to the sides, a meter below, front and back, this big bubble of qi. It also protects you, but it connects you appropriately to the outside world. So now in your mind's eye, you see your body, every cell filled with qi, every cell working well, perfect body, healthy body, all functions of your body, perfect working order. You see yourself as this being of light inside these wonderful shields of energy. You know that you're safe. Put a big smile on your face. Slowly open your eyes. Bring a bit of movement into your body. Gently stretch your body out in whatever way it feels like moving. Gently. Well, if you wish to bend, do so very slowly and carefully, because when you come up, you can be very dizzy. So we come up ever so slowly, gently lifting, gently stretching, whatever way you feel you wish to stretch. So as you know, this video goes onto YouTube, and you can suddenly star in the video if you put your audio on. If you put your camera on, it doesn't attract attention to you. So what happens is that we say 𝐿𝐴 together. So 𝐿𝐴 is Chinese for good already. All of the work we've done, finished, sorted. It's like a stamp of approval. So you don't have to say 𝐿𝐴 with me. I know you'll say 𝐿𝐴. And then we put our hands up in the air. I count 1, 2. We shout 𝐿𝐴. So put the hands up. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. We gently bring our hands down. We can make a little salute for each other. So you bring your right hand gently up and your left hand down, and you pull the fingertips together. This is like a yin and yang symbol, and the thumbs fit on the end. Thank you very much for being here today. As I say, I'll put it on YouTube, and I'd love you to share it with your friends. And yeah, see you in class soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye.